No, the fuck you didn't. She got a publicist already that's teaching her this foolery. Here we go. This is gonna be a good one, y'all. Hold the fuck up.
In a video that had surfaced online, we can see him walking away. Did you guys go home together? You said you didn't have a conversation in the audience. Did you speak at any point on that night?
Of course we did. Like, we went home together. In the video, it looked like he was walking away from me. But we was walking together. A group of girls just stopped me and just said, "Oh, like, you did your thing, like, you did." And obviously he wasn't trying to hear that. So he just walked off. But he was waiting for me at the end of the road. So obviously the person that was recording, they didn't get that part, but he was waiting for me.
So I want to go back to a previous question that we spoke about. You said that you going on stage, he was totally okay with it. You've already had that conversation, so you were confident to go on stage.
Yeah.
And when you've come off stage, he's visibly upset. So do you think that he was influenced by the audience and their reaction?
100%.
Okay.
What? Or maybe he was influenced by how you was on the stage bending your ass over.
Because he was recording himself, and then in the video there was girls around us, and they were just looking at him and recording him, and obviously that's going to make him feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But before that he was recording. So
I'm going to ask this question, and I want you to answer as liberally as you can. Would you say that you respected him as your boyfriend? And the reason why I'm asking this question is because there's been a lot of conversation about, if that's your boyfriend, for you to go on stage, and this is something that I myself have thought, if for you to go on stage while your boyfriend's there, that's not something that a lot of people would see as respectful. Talk us through that.
yeah, I do, and I did respect him a lot, but I know the way I danced on stage might have looked like I don't respect him at all. But I have a lot of respect for him. But I do understand why people would think what I did was disrespectful.
Did you speak about it as a couple after?
Clearly you don't, because if you have respect for a person, and it's always females typically doing this thing, like when you see the videos like, oh, would you cheat on your boyfriend to sleep with this person? Usually it's mostly females saying yes. A lot of guys are not going to sell out because we just have more morals in certain situations. If that was a chance for a dude to go up there and dance with who fucking knows was popular, he would likely say no, just because respect is naturally more engraved. But you can see it for yourself. How many females would take the chance to sleep with a celebrity, get kicked off a tour bus and say they did it, versus have a moral standard with the person they're with, just because that claim to fame is it's worth so much more than having some type of depending on the age. I would say I say more of a younger demographic would take those chances versus having the chance to say it's not that serious, because some people can't separate what they deem to be super big of a moment versus reality. So it's like 5 minutes of fame versus 50 years of legacy, love, and loyalty, or for 5 minutes of fame, because some people cannot think that long.
What was that conversation like?
I don't want to speak about that.
Okay, it was a private conversation.
Yeah, it's a private conversation.
Okay. A lot of people know about Cenat, who is a YouTuber, big YouTuber, American streamer, and he has a way of getting quite a lot of people on his show, and you get great exposure if you go on to his show. And he reached out to you and asked, would you be willing to come on, have a conversation about the events of that night? To which you proceeded to respond, no, if I will come on, however, I'm going to need compensation. How did we get there? The timeline of how that went.
After he replied with compensation, he actually rang me. So
Okay.
He video called me twice, but I was with my boyfriend at the time, and he told me to not answer the phone. So
wait a minute. So you was with your boyfriend, and he told you not to answer Cenat's call.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. He just said, oh, like, I should focus on my mental health and like delete everything, like delete all my DMs and stuff.
And can you clarify what day this happened on?
I think it was like 3 days after the concert.
So like a Wednesday.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay. So your boyfriend said to you, don't answer the call, focus on your mental health. So how did we go from focusing on your mental health to him now being on Cenat's live stream show?
I don't even know.
Okay. What was the status of you lot's relationship at this point?
We were still speaking.
But you weren't together?
We were.
You were still together?
Yeah.
When he told you not to answer Kai Cenat's call?
Yeah.
Okay. So from the time he told you not to answer the call and then him going onto Kai Cenat's stream, how long was that? Was it a day
hours.
or two? Sorry?
Couple hours.
Okay. How did we get there? Can you elaborate? What happened?
I don't even know what happened. Like, all I know was he told me to not go on it and I should focus on my mental health. The next day, but it was already the next day because it was like maybe like 2 a.m. We were still speaking, and then all of a sudden he's on Kai Cenat's live stream. I was like,
When you say, because I just need to make sure that we are clear.
yeah.
You are saying we're still speaking. That means a lot of things. Were you still boyfriend and girlfriend?
We never broke up. We never we never actually broke up.
Even now?
I don't want to answer that part.
I'm going to probe you here. Why don't you want to answer?
Because it's private. I think that's something me and him should keep private, whether we are together or not.
I understand. But for me, for you to say that this is private in terms of the status of your relationship, it then kind of goes back to it being, is this staged? Is this for content? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if he's told you not to go onto Kai Cenat's live stream and then a couple hours gone on, and now he's getting a lot of benefits, which we're gonna touch on, and you don't want to clarify if you're together or not, it's a bit, where do you guys stand? Are we angry at the right person? Because everybody's angry at you right now because you're the girl who has scorned this oh so innocent man. But now you're saying it wasn't actually like that and you don't want to divulge if you're in a relationship or not. Where's the thought process on that?
We're not speaking right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're not speaking right now, but the relationship status is still question mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, from him going onto the live stream, how did you feel about that? Because he has gotten a lot of opportunities from that. From our numbers, he had, let me double check, 400 followers, and he now sits at 88,000 followers. He has done a Morley's advert. Apparently, he's getting a lot of brand deals. How does that make you feel, especially because he told you not to go on?
I'm actually happy for him.
Okay.
Like, I'm happy for him because I know this is something he's not always wanted, but it's something that I know he could do because he's got he can do it. Like, I know what he can do. But the way he's gone about it was unnecessary because whether you go on the live stream or not, I wouldn't have had an issue with it anyway. So he didn't have to go about it in that way because you just kind of betraying the people that you still claim that you love. So
when your question mark boyfriend went onto the Kai Cenat live stream and Kai Cenat set up this dating situation 20 versus 1, how did that make you feel, seeing as you mentioned earlier that you guys hadn't actually broken up?
I was really offended because I wasn't expecting that. I just felt really disrespected. But obviously, he felt disrespected with what I did. But for you to go on the live stream while he was just with me on the whole dating show or 20 versus 1, it was just a bit uncalled for. But opportunity is an opportunity, so.
And did you guys have a conversation about that after?
No.
You never spoke about it?
No.
Wow, okay. Did he apologize? Did he message you? Did you just left it?
Just left it.
Wow. One thing that you've been consistent with throughout this conversation is about how you made him feel and how he was disrespected and you felt like you had done something to him. But him going onto Kai Cenat's live stream and doing a dating game when you hadn't actually broken up feels very vindictive and like he's purposely gone out of his way to hurt you. I know you said you felt disrespected, but how did we go from A to Z? From 1 minute you're telling me to focus on my mental health and then the next minute you're going on a dating show when we're still, you mentioned you were still together at that point. Can you kind of talk us through that?
I feel like he didn't actually care about how that would make me feel. I don't think he was even thinking about me because if you was, you would have told me before. Because I'm not gonna say no, like don't go on the live stream. Like I wouldn't have an issue with it. But he didn't say anything. He just ended up on the live stream with 20 different girls, and I'm not gonna lie, that really hurt. But I know he doesn't care.
Yeah, because it's very clear that you spoke a bit earlier and you mentioned that you don't feel like it was a mistake. You don't regret going on stage at any point. Do you still stand by that?
I don't regret going on stage. However, what I do regret is how that made him feel, because no one wants to be in a crowd and feel like publicly humiliated and stuff. Like, I don't blame him for how like he felt. So, but I don't regret going on stage when we've had that conversation before.
How do you not regret the main thing that triggered him to have those emotions, but regret him having those emotions? Interesting.
If this were to happen tomorrow, knowing everything you know now, and you went to the concert tomorrow, Omale pointed at you, and you would still do it again. That's what you said, right? And you don't regret
So you're not
going
sorry.
on stage.
He doesn't care about how I feel. He doesn't care what I'm doing. He doesn't care how I'm dealing with the hate. He knows the hate I'm getting. He's been seeing it, you know. And for him to even add me to his little ad video that he did is very disrespectful. Like, and I'm just hurt. I'm just really, really hurt. Like, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're going through that. I really do feel for you.
The thing that hurts the most is the conversations we've had in private, and then in public, he's just acting like I'm this. He hasn't even said anything, but because he hasn't said anything, it's like he's going with what everybody else is saying. It's the conversations we've had. You know, we've spoken about this, even like family members, like as well. He knows, and then for him to like just turn around and like do that, it just. To be there, like the hate is a lot.
You did not just dance. Y'all was dry humping up there, girl. Let's be real. This sounds like she couldn't deal with the pressure of social media and all the negative comments, and it kind of got to her head a little bit, but she clearly stated she does not regret going on the stage. If you can't regret one thing and not regret the whole thing, because they all were a series of events of things that had to be regret as a whole. So you can't just be like, I regret this but not that, but claim that you want to have a fresh start, and now you're mad at how the internet did you. But to be fair, she already had a decent following on TikTok, so it's like it's not like you're inexperienced with TikTok comments. Like, you have a active TikTok and you know how people act on there, so don't try to come on here and act like you don't know how the internet was going to respond to that. But here's another thing. If what she's saying is true about the conversation that they had in private, either he is a smooth criminal and he waited for his opportunity, but telling her not to take the cenat deal and then taking it himself is a crazy, crazy chess move. That's some crazy deception, if you ask me. So based off what she's saying, if everything she's saying is true, I don't really know who to call the victim then, because then it's kind of like, damn, bro, you kind of took her back in private, but let the internet talk about her. Then it's like, joke's on you again. Joke's on you again, bro. Because if you really was in private acting like everything's smooth and she's not here trying to confirm your relationship status, that means that you guys probably did work something out. Then it's like, yo, bro, I'm kind of confused. Are we all getting bamboozled? What's happening here? So this is kind of something that's weird to take in. And this is why you just never know. And she seems pretty media trained. She's not new to this. I mean, she probably is new to this, but she definitely has some practice, because she was good at dodging these questions and keeping herself on track and not saying anything that's going to make her look like a fool. So, but y'all let me know your thoughts, man.